This is a Headgum podcast.
Listen here. Listen here and listen clear.
Yes.
Listen near, don't listen far. But if you're listening far, have a drink at a bar. I'm going to do this whole episode in rhyme and limerick.
Yeah, you still on that Dr. Seuss shit, Carl?
I'm on that Dr. Seuss shit.
You gonna give it up, bro.
I'm on that Dr. Seuss shit. We got Gossip Girl expert in the house.
Oh, I hope.
Gossip Girl expert, Tyler McCall.
I hope I'm
Give
an
it
expert.
up.
I'm trying. God knows I've watched enough of it that I should be an expert by now.
Now, Tyler, I forgot to ask you before we started, what else do you do besides being a Gossip Girl expert?
That's a great question. So I am a writer. I live in Brooklyn, as you mentioned already. I was
Where Brooklyn at?
fashion editor for a long time. I left last summer to go freelance. So now I'm a freelance writer. I still write about fashion, but I write about pop culture and celebrity and things like that too now. So
Let me
ask you this. Go ahead.
When you got into were you into fashion when you got into Gossip Girl? Were those things coincided, or were you into one before the other?
I was into Gossip Girl first, actually. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then
So it must be interesting to go back and watch it and with the lens of fashion expert on.
I
watch the outfits.
love it. I'm like obsessed with it. I chronicle. Sometimes I'm not good at doing it regularly anymore, but I post about Blair and Serena's outfits a lot on my Instagram. I call it Waldorf Wednesday and Serena Saturday.
Yes.
So
I think I started following you because we were going to have you on the show before, and I looked it up, and I was like, I love this. Whoever this person is, we have to get her on the pod.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And then what is your general relationship? How did you get into Gossip Girl generally? Like, what how many times have you seen it?
Oh, God.
You watched it a bunch of times, like we have.
A lot.
We have not. Oh, I gotta say this. Before you start talking about it, Tyler.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. I don't know if you've listened to us before, but I am in real time with the show. So this episode that we just watched is the last episode.
Further.
I've not watched no further than this.
Okay.
So please do not spoil it. If you spoil it, the podcast ends today.
No, okay.
I will never watch another episode.
He's very. He could not be more serious.
I can't have that responsibility. Okay, I will be.
He doesn't know even like anecdotal things that people know.
Really?
Even stuff like that, don't say.
Okay.
Unless it's happened on camera on the show. That's the only thing you could talk about.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot of pressure. I started watching Gossip Girl. It started airing when I was a senior in college. And this was still in the era of like appointment television when you would still, so my roommates and I, or my friends and I would get together and watch Gossip Girl. And then I just kept at it, kept watching it. How many times have I rewatched it? I mean, at least 3 or 4. Not necessarily in full. Also, I don't always make it all the way through the series, but there's some episodes that I have seen just like a truly obscene amount of times that I could probably start quoting them for you. Which
really,
yeah.
See, this is what's so interesting about this. With the people who we have on the show that have watched the show a bunch of times, Tyler, I'm not trying to come off as an asshole today. I know I shat on New York all morning at 3:00, 6 o'clock your time.
Since you got up, you've been shitting on New York.
I just got up.
Woke up and just had to get it out, you know? Yeah.
But this show feels to me like it doesn't have any rewatch value. But it like, explain to me why you feel like it does. Because I feel like it's so serialized.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of another show. Okay, besides like Family Guy and American Dad, I don't rewatch anything. Any show.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in like 30 Rock or Martin Lawrence, some like comedy shows that
it's not necessarily like plot dependent that you watch one after the other. Yeah, I get that.
It's background noise. Like I turn it on while I'm cooking something and nothing else is on TV. Like right now we're in a weird sports time.
Yeah.
Where only baseball is on right now.
And you're not a baseball person.
I am.
Okay.
But if it's like two teams I don't want to watch, like if the Pirates are playing the Phillies, I don't give a shit about that game. And if that's the only game on, because YouTube TV has ended their deal with the MLB. This just in. Hang-a-lang-a-lang-a-lang. Breaking news. YouTube TV ended their deal months ago. I just woke up. That's why I'm saying this now. YouTube TV.
We're like the first people Carlos talked to today.
They ended their deal with MLB Network. So there's only like one game on my TV at night. And if it's a game I don't want to watch and I'm like cooking dinner, you know how you cooking dinner, you turn your AC on.
Yeah.
And, you scrolling TikTok. And you like, you know what I'm saying? You scrolling TikTok, you got like, you just need something in the background to play. I'll turn on like Family Guy. Yeah. Because I'm not really paying attention to it, but I know the jokes and the jokes still make me laugh.
Right.
But this show, you got like every episode is connected to every episode.
But that's kind of what like I've seen it so many times now that's kind of what Gossip Girl is to me. At least I should say the first season is like that to me. The first season, it re-aired, like I rewatched it a bunch because I would rewatch it before watching new seasons. And this was also, I think that Christmas I got an iPod video. Remember you could get the iPods that would play like videos on like a 2-inch by 2-inch screen. And I thought that was so cool. And you could buy individual episodes on iTunes. So I had like 3 or 4 of them downloaded. So those are the ones that I would watch them on airplanes and stuff. Like why I did this, I don't know. But
well, yeah, I mean that's what's happening for me right now. Like I'm watching it, even though there's some stuff I really just don't remember. Like, but it was only 2020 when my first time watching it was in 2020. Yeah, and I'm rewatching it, and it does feel like popcorn TV now. Yeah, a little. I'm starting to feel that. Otherwise. Like there's when certain things happen, I'm like, oh, I already know that's gonna happen, but it's still kind of like with Dan and Blair, like Kiss. I still had an emotional reaction to that. Yeah, well, even though I knew it was coming.
So much happens on the show, also that like I also, and I've seen it so many times that I also forget that stuff happened.
Yeah, did you watch the OC too?
So I didn't watch the OC. I was deep in...
You hate California.
I hate California. No, I was...
And in this corner, we have California. In the left corner, we have New York City. We're going to battle it out.
The whole podcast episode is just going to be us debating, which is better. No, I was in... When the OC was airing, I was in a weird like youth group era of my life in which I didn't engage with secular media, which is a whole other story. So I never really got into it. I've watched it as an adult, but... because I love Josh Schwartz and Stephanie Savage, and I think that they're obviously really great at TV. But it just doesn't, I think because I didn't have that connection of watching it while I was airing, it doesn't have that same feeling for me also. And like that's a big part also why I rewatch it, is it just reminds me of like a period of my life that everything seemed a lot easier.
Yeah, no, I feel
that makes total sense.
That's real talk, Tyler.
Yeah.
I feel that shit.
T-Mac, you mind if I call you T-Mac?
No one's called me that in a long time. People call me that in high school, and I don't know why no one's called me that since.
See, because T-Mac probably retired around the time. Well, he didn't retire. He was still in the league. Yeah. But injuries, derailed his career quite a bit. I'm going to call you T-Mac from now on.
Okay.
T-Mac, let me know about this fashion thing. Okay. Now, what are clothes? No. So you write for fashion. You're a fashion person. Do you consider yourself to be? Is there a specific focus in fashion that you have? Because I'll tell you where my fashion is lying right now, and let me know if I'm bullshitting. Right now I'm in my. So I've been hitting the gym pretty hard. Yeah. And I'm finally seeing the results. Yeah. I haven't changed my diet, so I still have a gut. But the upper half of my body, it's rocking. Yeah. It's rocking. I'm out here. And the oversized boxy tee is the jam now. Yeah. And that really accentuates you when you have large shoulders and traps. And, I'm built like what they used to call in the South a brick shit house. Yeah. And and so and also the stacked jean. Yeah. The stacked jean is it's like, tapered in the thigh and leg, but then it flares out at the bottom. The flare stacked jeans, kind of like a bell bottom-ish type thing, but still modern feeling. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Just not like a skinny jean. Yeah,
not a skinny jean, which I do still wear, and I know that that's controversial.
I think that's fine, personally.
And I don't wear. Let me tell you. So how what you just saying this show reminds you of back in when times were easier. Yeah. For me, my prime, like 2010. Yeah. 2009, I was the man.
That was a great year.
I was 19, 20, 21 at that time. And, colored skinny jeans were out. But we still were a little bit, hood, a little ghetto. So we wore them like a size up.
Yeah.
And they weren't like completely skinny, but they were like very much. And I kind of have not grown out of that style of jean because I think personally, for people who are larger as I am, that especially like men, when the skinny jean came out, not the crazy like poured on European skinny.
Right.
But when the tapered fit jean came out, that was the best thing for men who are my size, because before that, if you were to go to like Marshall's and pick out a jean that was in your waist size, you wore a 38, 34, I'm a tall dude, they just look like painters' Jinkos.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to wear these big ass jeans because they make me look bigger. But with a more fitted pant, people were able to be like, oh man, my man is not as big as he looks when he's wearing them big ass jeans. You know what I'm saying? He's not as like, like he's got a shape, he's got a figure, he's strong. He's like, so that's why I kind of haven't grown out of that. And it sucks now that the baggy jean is back. But I still consider the baggy jean not to look good on me.
Yeah.
But this flared jean.
When did the baggy jean come back?
It's gotta be having like what, 2 years, T-Mac?
Last couple years, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like oversized jeans, oversized pants.
Yeah, and oversized shirts too.
Like baggy and oversized isn't even correct. It's just like more of a wide leg, like a higher waisted, wider leg pant.
Oh, okay.
Has come back in style. Yeah.
And the ladies started it.
Yeah.
Like the women started doing it, and then dudes have now gotten back on it too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now if I'm wearing a Dickies, I'll probably I have the tapered Dickies, the fitted Dickies, but I also have like a couple big pairs.
Yeah.
Those still look cool in my size. But what are you feeling with the boxy tee, the heavyweight boxy tee, and the flared jeans?
I think that's a great look. I do.
Digging this?
Yeah. I should say also, I'm not as good at knowing menswear as I am women's wear. So I just know what I like when I see it on men, and I think that's a good look, you know?
All right. You know what I'm talking. You know, you've been. Did you watch
vibe.
the Pharrell? Did you watch the Pharrell fashion show?
I did not watch it live, but I caught up pictures and reviews and stuff after it happened. The Louis Vuitton show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You liked all that stuff?
What do you think of Pharrell as that? What do you think of that
I thought
appointment?
that was such an interesting choice because it's like, how does he have time to do that? That job is so demanding. I mean, I'm sure that he hired a lot of really great creatives to support what he's doing, but that job is a lot of work. So I was sort of surprised. But I also think it's really brilliant for Louis Vuitton because I think they're going to sell a lot of stuff, you know?
They're going to sell a lot of stuff.
That's smart.
I'm personally not going to buy anything, but they're going to sell a lot of stuff.
You don't want a $9,000 bag?
I don't think I do right now.
Okay.
I'm cool with the Nike shoulder bag I got from Rob.
Well, let me ask you this: what's up with? So I've been buying. I'm not a big sneakerhead, but I've been buying these luxury sneakers, like some Alexander McQueen sneakers.
Yeah.
But them shits are so uncomfortable. I feel
Oh my God.
like crazy. But I like the way they look because I like having shoes. I like having sneakers that I only wear as like
to go
the way
out.
that I wear dress shoes.
Yeah.
But it's sneakers. But they're so uncomfortable. Why are they doing that to us?
Because
Is there a reason that's happening?
Because they care more about how they look than the actual practicality of them. Versus like if you buy from Nike or Adidas or whoever, they're actually caring about function. That's what I would assume. I think that those companies don't. They're making a sneaker because they know people want to buy sneakers like that you just wear out.
Right.
And so
I did try to get a pair of the thick sole McQueens for formal events.
Yeah.
And that shoe was so goddamn uncomfortable. And I got the biggest size they had, and it was still too small.
I believe it.
And it was so uncomfortable that I was just like, I have to take these back.
And that's the other thing is like designer shoes. Again, I don't know that men's is for sure the same way, but women's designer shoes always run like small and narrow. Yeah. European brands, they will always make shoes small and narrow like that.
Yeah, it's that Euro shit, and that's why I'm a patriot.
That Euro shit.
That's why I'm a patriot.
That's why I love this goddamn country.
I love this country. Nike,
T-Mac,
Beaverton, Oregon.
Here's 2 questions for you, T-Mac. While I have on the fashion tip, and then we're gonna talk about some spotteds. First question: if you went on a date with somebody and that person came wearing sweatpants, would you feel like if it was a first date?
Yeah.
If they like nice sweatpants, like luxury sweatpants, or like nice, not like Nike sweatpants, but not jeans,
So like sweatpants, but they're styled.
Yeah.
I think it depends on where the date is too, but I think that's
what I think too.
Probably fine. If they're if it's like an outfit, you know what I mean? Like if it's like a fit, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Because I don't wear jeans anymore. I only wear sweatpants. So
I think that's fine.
My follow-up question is, now what's happening is sometimes a dress code. So, I'll wear like I have speaking of McQueen, I have a whole Alexander McQueen sweatsuit.
You've got some real good designer stuff going on here.
He be buying that shit, yeah.
But I just wear sweatpants. That's what I do now. And I like to go out to nice places, though. And some places, especially not, I think LA's a little better now, but at Georgia more so. I'm from Atlanta. And there's some restaurants that won't let you in with sweatpants on. And I feel like this is like a whole conspiracy, like a racist conspiracy to try to keep, minorities out of the restaurant.
Yeah.
But also, like, how can we get the luxury... Like, shouldn't the luxury fashion designers support this movement? Because I'm like, if I'm paying like $800 for these sweatpants, I should be able to eat wherever the hell I want. That's how I feel.
Once you've paid them $800 for the sweatpants, they don't care if you can or can't get in places with them. You've already paid them for the sweatpants.
I know, but they should care about their customer.
They should.
They don't care about me. They don't love me.
They should, but they probably don't.
Have you heard? Is that a conversation in the fashion circle at all about dress codes at nice places? Has that ever come up, or is that just something that bothers me and Carl?
It's not that I've heard of, but I do think it just depends. Like, obviously, it's a thing here in New York. Like, there are restaurants that won't let you in. I just think it's really old school. I think there probably is something to the racism aspect. There's something to the class. It's like keeping a certain type of person out, or like make them uncomfortable, or I think that there's.
Yeah. This happened to Dominique Wilkins and this other football player. Like, Dominique Wilkins is like a legend in Atlanta, and he had on a tracksuit, and they wouldn't let him in this French restaurant.
And it was a Gucci tracksuite.
That's crazy.
It was a Gucci tracksuit.
That's crazy. What's crazy is like you're buying designer tracksuits. Like, it's kind of weird.
I understand if it was like I came in wearing like a fucking, I just came from the gym or something.
Right. When it's like, that's what I mean. When it's styled and it's clearly like a designer, like an intentional choice, that's sort of strange to me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got more questions I'm going to ask you about that.
Yeah, please.
Because I'm bringing a lawsuit to the Supreme Court about this. Yeah,
okay.
I'm taking it all the way.
Yeah.
My girl Amy Comey Barrett's up there. But here we go. You got to spot it because I got one from the audience.
Wait a second. I got one more fashion question. This is a deal breaker. I'll end this show right now.
Okay. Oh God.
T-Mac.
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot. I'm putting you on blast because of your California hate right now.
Okay.
So I gotta put you on blast real quick because you are a fashion person. I know you be dressing. Yeah. I'm gonna bring a turkey and put it next to you because you be dressing. Okay. I know that.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna bring a salad next to you because you
dressing. Yeah. Listen, do you have a pair of Air Force Ones?
I don't because I don't own a lot of sneakers. I'm not cool enough. That's not my style. And they look really stupid on me. I have a pair of Blazers. I have a pair of Nike Blazers.
Okay. What color are they?
They're the like white with like a navy check or black check. I'd have to look at them actually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are they near you right now?
I also just bought a pair of Adidas Sambas, which I have been told are like, out now because so many people wear them, but I think they're cute.
Well, see, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'm a shoe guy.
Okay.
If I were to take this virtual background down, you would vomit at the amount of shoes that are sitting behind me right now.
How many?
I'm covered in them currently.
Okay.
I got a lot.
Okay.
But the reason why I was going to ask you about Air Force Ones because you work in fashion.
Yes.
And Air Force Ones are a hot button topic.
Yes.
With me. And I think that is what's going to start the race war in America.
Okay.
Is Air Force Ones and how they are worn by Caucasian women.
Oh, okay.
That dirty shit.
Because they don't keep them clean.
Yeah, and they really beat them up. Like, look. Let me show you something. I got a pair around here somewhere. I got a cleaner pair than this one, but this pair is being donated. This pair is being donated to the homeless center very soon. You see this pair? You think this pair is pretty clean, don't you?
Yeah, I think those are extremely clean.
Yeah. Well, these are gone. These are busted.
Really?
Yeah. Those are disgusting. I wouldn't even step foot in those shoes.
And these are still cleaner. Actually, this pair is not. Well, no, the sole is yellowing, so I can't wear it anymore. But
that's fair. That's hard to fix. once that happens.
But that pair and another and a few other pairs that I have, and I keep an icy white on deck. So I got 2 boxes that I haven't even touched yet. You got a fresh box
ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. And sometimes, like I got to go out of town this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to go to the shoe store after we get off here and just get another pair just for this trip. That'll be my beaters. While I also have a pair on deck. Not efficient, but I donate. I donate to save my karma.
So how many pairs of these are you going through a year? And this is just the white pair. I assume this is
just
not
the white pair because I got other pairs.
Right. Like, do you collect them when they do the designer?
Yeah.
Did you get the Tiffany Air Force ones?
I didn't get a chance to get the Tiffany's. Okay. I wanted them.
Did you like them?
I did like them.
Okay.
And I have a pair that kind of looks like them.
Tiffany & Co., the jewelry company, collaborated with Nike.
They did?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So they look like this, but they have a green.
They're the same Tiffany color.
This is suede, but they got that teal green check on them. They would look nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
I got my all black pair for when I fight.
Okay.
And
do you know about that, T-Mac?
No.
That black Air Force Ones mean you're about to beat somebody up.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. If you ever got any problems in New York, which you will have because it's a shitty place, I'll come out there. I'll come out there in these.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, but the Samba became the white lady shoe this year.
Yes, exactly. It's the white lady shoe of the year.
It's the white lady shoe of the year.
Yeah.
And then they started wearing the shit out of those.
Yeah.
Now those have a little bit more wear on them because they're black and got the gum bottom. And it's a little bit easier, but it's so funny. Who sets those trends? Who sets the white lady trend?
I couldn't. This one I think came from Gen Zers. I think like maybe that or like I don't know. Honestly, it's probably Bella Hadid or Bella Hadid. Bieber.
Oh yeah,
Hailey Bieber. Like this is the
she got that commercial.
It's one of those girls, I'm sure.
Yeah, they changing the game.
They changing the game. All right, we got to get into the show. Y'all are talking way too much. Both of you two. Y'all are talking way too much.
Okay.
We got to talk about the show. Okay?
Okay.
I've been sitting here silent.
All right, let's do this spotted. I got this because it's a fun one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is from, I think this might be an international spotted, Rochelle. All right. Hi. Just had to let you know about my spotted this weekend. I'm getting off the flight in Queenstown of Auckland. And who is standing next to me at the baggage carousel? The one and only Aaron Paul. I could not help myself. I told him I was the biggest fan of Breaking Bad. He was so nice. And he turns out that he was filming something out there. We talked a little bit about New Zealand, and he asked if I wanted a hug, and he was honestly just the nicest. I could die now. Well, that was a great one. Love Breaking Bad. Love Aaron Paul.
That's a good spot. Have you got any spotters, T-Mac? Have you seen anybody?
Yeah.
Roaming the streets of New York City?
Yeah, I live in New York, but I don't talk to them because it's like I don't want to be weird about stuff. I can't remember the last time.
You don't have to talk to them, but if you saw them, let us know.
Yeah.
Who's the last person you seen?
Well, last night my husband and I were on our way to dinner in an Uber. We didn't walk there, so now I feel like bad that I gave you the whole walk everywhere spiel. And we saw David Cross out of the car.
Oh yeah.
Haven't we gotten him before?
He grew up in Roswell.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've seen him around. I see him around a lot. I've seen him at like the Alamo Draft House here as well. And then I've seen Michael Cera a couple of times, which is we must be neighbors or something because I've seen him now at the grocery store, which is unusual because I don't normally see people at my grocery store. I was like, why are you here?
Rochelle loves Michael Cera.
He's really. I recognized him from his voice. Like we were in the grocery store and he was talking to somebody and I immediately was like, that's Michael Cera.
How old is he now? Because his voice he has such a childlike voice.
I think he's like mid-30s. Yeah.
35 probably?
Yeah.
I think he's like a year older than me.
Yeah.
And was he like, hey, do you know what the beans are?
He wasn't talking. He was talking to somebody else. He was with, I don't know if he's married or what, but he was with somebody else. Yeah. And so I grabbed my husband and I was like, that's Michael Cera.
Even if I go to the self-checkout, I just want to do it self-checkout by myself.
But he does. He sounds like that.
Self-checkout. I just got to get some more alkaline water. Okay.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's a great spotted.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about New York and let's talk about New York.
We literally have the Gossip Girl expert on the show. Ask one question about Gossip.
One question about Gossip Girl.
That's okay.
We do know her history with it. We do know that. And what we also know right now is that we're going to take a break and come back and get a little pretty in pink. What do you say, folks? We'll be right back. And we're black.
All right.
You didn't say it, Tyler. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
And we're T-Mac.
T-Mac. And we're T-Mac. Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink. This is a reference to the movie Pretty in Pink. It's one of those episodes where they didn't get creative with the title. They just
they didn't change anything. What is that?
They didn't change it. Yeah,
I like the pink party. I'm gonna have a pink party. That'd be dope. That was kind of cool. Like,
is it Pretty in Pink or is it Petty in Pink?
Oh my God! Did I get it wrong? Is it Petty in Pink?
That makes more sense. So they did change it up.
Rochelle in my
you
office
really are
now.
Gossip Girl expert.
I was.
We need a breakout room. Rochelle, we got a breakout room right now.
we got to get a breakout room. We have to talk privately.
Rochelle goes, T-Mac is right.
T-Mac is right.
Don't apologize.
Don't apologize. That was perfect. I got it wrong. I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to eat my lunch.
Yeah, my spaghetti. I made lots of spaghetti today.
You made spaghetti? I had pasta too. That's funny. I had chicken pasta. Get that protein in, but also it tastes good. Petty in Pink. Blair hasn't taken off that shoe since she's gotten it. She knows who it's from. We all know who it's from. She's getting excited because she got a date with King Louis tonight.
King Louis
is back in the building.
The Jungle Book. Yeah, he is looking mighty good. He's ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
He's in his bag. He's in his bag. He's in his. How you say bag in French?
It's un sac, which is
unsac. He is in his unsac.
Hey, I'm in my unsac this season.
Rip me out the plastic. I've been acting brand new.
Okay, now
how you say plastic?
I think it is.
Did he say plastic in French? And so
I think it's just plastique, but
plastique. Rip me out the plastique. I've been acting.
Do you know
brand
French?
New.
Why is he asking you how to?
I lived in Paris for a year. My French used to be a lot better. It's not very good anymore.
You got to speak it out there because they're rude.
Yeah, you got to learn it.
So, what do you think of the representation of Paris in this show? Do you feel like they represent it well? I feel like that we've been to Paris. They have an interesting take on Paris.
It was very, it's not real. It's like not how people live there, obviously.
They don't just run into princes on a whim like that?
You don't just run into random minor European princes at the, Musée d'Orsay or wherever. No. But it's fun. I mean, it's TV. It's the same as New York. It's like, that's not really how people live in New York. That's not how I live in New York. But
Yeah.
I'm also in a different tax bracket, so maybe that's part of it.
Oh yeah,
those damn people.
But I like Prince Louis. I like Louis. I like him back in the mix. I like him for Blair. I mean, I feel bad for Dan though. I don't know how I feel about this. We could get into it.
We can get into it. We learn a lot about his standing right now, and that's very interesting. That we're gonna talk about this the whole time. So Lily's on house arrest, and she's been on Guilt. Shopping. Guilt is a real site.
I love the product placement. I miss when TV did like this obvious product placement.
Yeah.
Where some brand paid to be on the show.
Do you shop on Guilt?
No, I haven't. I actually, are they still open?
I think so.
I thought they went bankrupt.
I gotta ask Julia.
I thought
shout out Julia Meltzer.
Sued for being guilty.
we gotta get Julia on the show. Why have we had Julia on this show? We gotta get Julia. So Dan has a job. And it turns out that he's following around King Louis. That's his job. Yeah. He got hired. Like some magazine read his work and they were like, "Can you follow around King Louis and see what his day is like? But don't let him know you're there because he doesn't like to be followed around by the press."
Yeah, this here was the downfall of this episode. Here, I was like, I hate this episode. I don't want to watch it anymore. Yeah, I'm just telling you right now, I did not like this episode. The whole episode was
you don't like
confusing.
It at all.
I did not like it. I didn't like the way they were. I mean, as a writer, I didn't like it. I think there were some funny parts.
Let me ask y'all this: how do you feel about season 4?
Okay, so from my perspective, season 4 has had a lot of ups and downs, but we've seen it. I've seen this every season where it's like the first 8 episodes are good, and then it gets into what I call the Wednesday effect, which is like it's the hump, it's the middle, it's filler. These episodes are bad. It's like everything's on the nose, and it's bullshit. Right now, this episode felt a little bit weak for this end. Like there's only like 2. Are there, Rochelle, how many episodes in this season? Is it 21 or is it 25? How many more of this do we have to do?
I think there's 22.
22. So 22 episodes. So for 3 more seasons, this one came off as like, wait, nothing, like not a big thing didn't happen besides like Raina's mom situation.
Yeah. I was because like the last episode was crazy. Like it was like all types of shit. We had
there was so many questions.
Baltimore coming in.
Charlie Baltimore, Charlie Buckets. Yeah.
Maybe they didn't know what to do with Charlie. Maybe they were just like, we don't know what to do. But I was
Cheer up, Charlie.
I think this season, gets a win for me just because of Rain. I love Rain and Russell. That was a really cool, that dynamic. I'm glad she's part of the show. I like this season.
I like this season too because I like Blair.
This is season with Ben, right?
Yeah, this season with Ben.
Wow. We
just got through the Ben.
That's why I asked, because that plot line goes on for a long time.
We were talking about that, how when we were watching it, because Carl doesn't know, so we're just watching it. Like I'm like, okay, I promise. I think they'll explain it this episode. And then it's just
we'll get there eventually.
It's like Jesus Christ, it took so long to like explain. And then I think this is what's bothering me about this episode. Is that we had to wait so long for that, and now it's almost like not even part of the story anymore.
No,
like it's like, what the hell was that for?
We moved on.
Just gonna get. I guess now we have Lily in jail. That's the result of Lily. And they didn't really show what happened. Like she didn't like. they didn't show her in court. Like she was just like, oh, you're in house arrest.
They just put her up, and now she's on house arrest.
She's got an ankle monitor, sitting at home doing online shopping.
They didn't tell us how long she's gonna be on house arrest.
No.
If I would have wrote this scene, I would have had to go to Foot Locker to get the new Jordans, and then when she gets her, dad tried to try the shoe on, and she's like, "Oh, this is just for arthritis," and then she's like, "Yeah, my uncle got that same condition. A lot of that going around Coney Island."
Like, imagine Lily in Foot Locker. I'm getting my husband. My husband Rufus loves the new LeBrons.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Rufus is killing me. Like. I also, like, that's a long time, though. I was like, 9 months on house arrest. That's like COVID time. Like, that's a long time to be in the house. I was like, I don't know.
Is that what she got? So she got 9 months?
Yeah, they said at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. 9 months.
Yeah.
All right. That's a really wild sentence for a person who did what she did. But, okay.
She should be in jail.
Yeah.
She should be in prison. I feel like maybe she had a choice between jail. And maybe the lawyers got her some kind of like, all right, you can do this long ass house arrest.
Yeah. Well, rich people always gotten out.
They got out. They got out. Let me ask you this: has Rufus gotten veneers? Is something with his teeth?
I didn't notice that.
I didn't either, but now I'm gonna go back and look.
Go back and look. Next time you're doing your full series rewatch. Look at Rufus' teeth in season 1, and now look at him. It looked like he got veneers. It doesn't matter. I'm probably about to get something, too. I want big-ass veneers. Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I want to be a
big, like,
I want to get horse teeth. Yeah. Chiclet teeth.
Man.
And I'm going to get a multicolored, like, chiclets? Fruity chiclets. Hello.
Okay, so...
Where are we at?
What do y'all think? What happened after...
Yeah, so right now we're at so Ruth asked Dan about Vanessa being like, yo, like you've been friends with her all your life. Don't just cut her off now. Like, you gotta still like talk to her. And he's thinking about it. He's like,
yeah, all right, how do you feel? Right. Did you agree with Rufus in that?
No.
What do y'all think of that?
Get Vanessa's ass up out of here. What'd you think, Tyler?
No. I think after everything the line with what she does with the Juliet situation and like conspiring to drug Serena, I think like at that point we're pretty past like a lifetime of friendship. Yeah, like that's not really gonna work anymore.
Yeah,
and she's also like it's more annoying because she thinks she's so much better than everyone.
Right,
and it's like at least the other people know they're shitty. Like that's why Chuck is weirdly like the character that's easiest to watch because he's aware of how shitty he is. As
he knows,
to, like Serena, who's like doesn't think she does anything wrong. Oh my
god, Serena just never makes a mistake in her eyes.
She was in her sack.
In her sack.
She was in her sack this episode.
Yeah, she was in her fucking sack. Sack. Listen,
sick of her.
And then speaking of Serena being in her own sack, so Vanessa called her at the end of the last episode and was like, she snitched. I'm so sick of Vanessa. She snitched on Dan. I was like, Dan and Blair been kissing, just so you know. And then so Charlie Buckets and Serena trying to dig. She's like Serena's teaching Charlie Buckets how to dig on Gossip Girl and see if Dan and Blair been hanging out. And so
everything her mom was warning about, like immediately she's like, "I'm gonna corrupt you." I'm like, "Man, Charlie," I'm like, "Didn't your mom just warn you about this?" But she's in the life now. Once you go in that life, ain't no coming back. And once you go Upper East Side, that's where you reside.
Oh. I'll say this too before I forget. We talk shit about Serena all the time. I can't stand Serena, but this episode, she at least kind of is one of the few episodes where when she gets called out at the end by Blair. She's like, yeah, that is me. And I'm finna show you how much me that is. We're going to get to that part, though, too. We're going to get to that. So Charlie's in the streets watching because Serena can't go out there because Serena gets spotted. So she sees Dan go in the restaurant, the pierogi restaurant, which he loves. And Serena's like, she's like, yo, I just saw Dan go in this restaurant. And Serena's like, he loves pierogies. He goes crazy over pierogies. That's his shit. And then she's like, oh, wait a second. It's a town car pulling up. It's Blair. It's like, that's Blair?
Surprise.
I'm on my way down there. But what they don't know is when Dan goes in the restaurant, King Louie already sitting in there. And he sees King Louie and he gets it. And then Blair pulls up and is like, Dan Humphrey, you got to leave. You got to leave. I'm on a date with King Louie. So he gets up, he dips out, he quits the job at that point. He's like, I don't want to do the job no more. It's a conflict.
How did he know where the prince was going to be, though? Like, did they tell him the prince was going to be at the pierogi spot? Or
I guess so.
Coincidence?
Somebody must have tipped him off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weird ass job for Dan to take. I don't understand what that has to do with him being a good writer. he's like, follow this guy around. Like, he should have been like, nah, anyway. That's why this episode is
That should have been a red flag. Yeah, you're right. As a writer, like, that should have been a red flag. Like, we'll pay you, but you have to follow this guy around the city all day. I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'd rather be broke.
Especially Dan. He's smart enough for that. But Dan, I respect him for being like, all right, I'm not going to do this. It's Blair's trying to get some Prince.
Yeah, you got to respect him for doing that. You got to respect him. So and then, he leaves, and Charlie don't see him leave. And she calls, and she's like, Blair just showed up. It's Dan and Blair. So Serena gets down there, and she walks in, and she sees the dude sitting at the table. His back is to the door, and Blair's facing. So she walks up. She thinks she finna catch Serena and Dan. I mean, Blair and Dan. But she sees that it's King Louie, and she got egg on her face. So she goes out and gaslights the shit out of Charlie Buckets.
Yeah.
She gaslights the fuck, man, you didn't see him.
You're so stupid and you're wrong.
Yeah.
And
what did she say?
You've met so many people. You've met so many people, you must be confused. A thing, I don't know if you guys have you guys talked about this on the show? A thing that I find endlessly hilarious now that I live in New York, right, is how much people just travel around the city willy-nilly and like in 2 seconds. Serena was on the Upper East Side and she had to go to Veselka in the East Village. And like maybe if you took the subway, that's like a 30-40 minute like jaunt. If you take a car and there's traffic and she just shows up in 5 minutes. It's like, where were you? How are you getting around?
Like, that is true. There's no way you could get there that fast.
Especially if they're in Manhattan and they go to Brooklyn. Anytime people just show up at the Humphrey Loft, I'm like, that took you an hour to do what? Yeah. Like that could have been a phone call. Like, and
like no one's stressed out about it either. They should at least be like weathered.
Yeah.
It's like, it took a long time to get here.
No,
they always be like,
show up.
Meet me at this place in an hour.
Yeah.
They show up easy breezy. You're right. Meet me at this place in an hour.
And they're there.
I'm doing something.
I actually went to the bathroom during this part. What did she say to Charlie? What was she saying to her? Just that she was just stupid, like she didn't see.
She said, "You've met so many people in such a short amount of time. I'm sure you don't know what people look like."
Oh yeah, she gaslighted the hell out of her.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
And Charlie was like, "I know what Dan looks like. I talked to him in the room."
Yeah.
No, you don't. No, you don't. He wasn't here. Yes, he was. I saw the dude. So
Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, Charlie Wilson. Hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie. Last name Wilson. So Charlie is like, Serena's like, let's go somewhere else. What did she say she was going, T-Mac? You remember?
I think they go home or something. Yeah, I don't remember.
She was going to corrupt her in some other type of way. She's like, let's go do something that's going to make you a bad person.
Yeah.
And Charlie's like, actually.
Also, they got this new program where you could just like follow people on follow they spotted on the map. That shit was crazy. I was like, I didn't know about that program. They must have just dropped or something.
So it was, I don't know if you guys will remember this, but Gawker had a map like that. It's based off of really? Gawker. The site had a website where you could like email them and say like, it's like Spotted. You could email them and say, I just saw Blake Lively or whatever, and they would put it on a map in real time. You could email them and be like, I saw Tom Cruise at the grocery store or whatever, and they would put like Tom Cruise spotted at like whatever.
Damn. That's terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad. I think they got in trouble for it.
Yeah, that's like a huge invasion.
Yeah. But that's what it's based off. It's based off like that was a real feature on Gawker.
That's so irresponsible considering that like we've gone through decades of like, I was just watching this thing the other day of the woman who was on the TV show My Sister Sam. It was a show that I've never watched, but it ended like the year I was born. I'm sure some people listening to this will have heard of this show, but there's a woman on that show who this dude was like obsessed with, and he write a bunch of letters and got a private investigator to find her address so he could go to her house and kill her. And it's like, so they created laws where it's like nobody can access like a private, like back then you could just go to the DMV and be like, hey, can you give me this person's address? Yeah. And they'd be like, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
You're not going to do anything bad with this, right?
No.
Here you go.
No.
This gun? This is a back scratcher.
This is her gun. She left it at the returning it. That's crazy. That, man, what is wild. That's a dangerous. I mean, I imagine that now. I guess we kind of have that. I guess that's social media.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why
we're like willingly doing it now.
Right, we do it to ourselves.
We do it to ourselves now. But that's why they tell you always got a latergram. That's how Pop Smoke got killed. Because he put on his story exactly where he was. Yeah.
Is that what you're calling it? Latergram? That's
latergram.
What they call that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start. Yeah, because I'll be like,
I don't post if I'm somewhere until I've left. Yeah.
Exactly.
And who am I? You know, no one's trying
you're T-Mac.
No one's trying to find me.
You're the number one fashion writer in New York City from the north side of Orlando.
Ocala's finest, T-Mac.
He was going to Disney World. So, have you been to Disneyland out here?
I have not. No.
I just want to know what you think of Disneyland.
I haven't
Disney
been.
World, so we can have a conversation.
I should come.
Too. It's no Disney World, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's what I've been told.
T-Mac, if you come out here, we'll go to Disney. We'll go to Disneyland. I'm not gonna get on nothing.
Okay.
But I'll hold your purse.
But you'll go. Okay.
I'll go with you.
Okay.
I'll hold your purse. I'll hold your purse. I'll eat funnel cake all day. That's what I do at theme parks. I don't get on the rides. I'm scared.
Fair enough.
I'm scared. All right. So where we at? So Raina looking for a mom. And Chuck is over there hurting. Like he's hurting because he know. And then he's like trying to get it out of him. But everybody's so damn secretive in this show. But he finds the picture of the mom.
Right.
And so he's like, you got to stay. He's telling basically, we could talk through this whole story, honestly.
Because he basically is like, she don't want him to know, but he's the only one who can relate to this.
He's the only one that can relate.
And he got the information. He already knows she dead.
Yeah.
That she might got killed.
Now, this is what I was confused by, though. Because let's just talk. This is the C story. Sometimes on the show, T-Mac, we just breeze through the C story if it's like, if it doesn't connect with the most important story.
Yeah.
It does not at all. So she's trying to find her mom. Chuck tries to tell Nate to be like, don't let her do that. It's a bad idea. And Nate's like, what, man? Come on. You know, you can relate to this. You want to see your mom. What is that? And then...
That was a really good Nate.
Thank you so much, T-Mac. I studied at the Nate School of Impressions. The Nate Archibald Academy.
The Nate Archibald Academy.
But so it resolves with them going to a restaurant. And there's a woman there named Avery Thorpe. And did Chuck know?
This was hilarious.
Yeah. No, Turns out she was just in New Jersey this whole time. He was hoping that it would be the same lady.
It was ridiculous. It's like, did they do any research? And they're just like, this is literally just a person named Avery Thorpe. Like, it was like
they were like, it makes no sense because it's like, if assuming that this is correct and that, you know, Avery Thorpe and Russell Thorpe were wealthy, and then she just like disappeared and then decided to live in New Jersey and like work at a diner but not change her name. Like none of that. You either leave with the money and keep your name, or you leave because you're like scared and you change your name, but like you don't. Right. You can't do both. What are we doing?
She was like, I'm Avery Thorpe. What's it to you?
I just decided I really missed being a waitress in a diner and wanted to live this
Do
lifestyle.
I know?
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you this.
I blame that whole situation on Nate. I feel like Nate was being. Nate could have been like, I don't think this is your mom. I feel like he just let it. I feel like he was just like, are you sure this is your mom? I mean, literally, it's like they seemed like they had no other information other than the fact that she had the same name. Mom.
Yeah, that's it. The lady says,
so stupid.
"Oh, sweetheart, I'm not your mother, but I am Gossip Girl."
That would be an incredible plot twist.
You think they stayed and ate after that? You think they ordered some like meatloaf or something?
They were like, "Oh, okay, you're not my mom. Can I get a coffee and some pancakes?"
Yeah. Exactly.
For the road.
Actually, we have the best pancakes in New Jersey. Actually, you should try them.
They're the Avery Thorpe pancakes. Would you like some of this Thorpleberry pie? Everything is Thorpe. They think them diners be having good ass pie.
It's the Avery Thorpe diner. Yeah.
Just for a little bit of canon on the show, the reason why I said that T-Mac is because every person of color that pops up on this show, I always say that they're Gossip Girl. Because nobody will suspect.
Oh, is that?
So anytime there's like a black doorman, I'm like, Gossip Girl.
That's Gossip Girl.
But I don't know who Gossip Girl is. Don't tell me. Don't even make a face.
I'm not going to tell you. But who do you think?
See, this is always tough.
Even talk about this.
No.
I don't think we should talk
right
about this.
Right now, I think here it's whittled down. Okay.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Turn off your camera. Yeah. Okay, great. So T-Mac has turned off her camera so I don't see her make a face or anything. For a long time, I thought Gossip Girl was Dorota. I think that's too on the nose at this point. This new girl, Charlie's coming into the fold. I don't think she's Gossip Girl, but I think she might know Gossip Girl or somebody like that. Other than that, I can't tell who it is, and I feel like we're going to figure it out eventually. So turn your camera back on when you're done smiling.
Okay. No, I always liked talking. I always like talking to people about who they think Gossip Girl is.
Yeah. I hope it's not anybody. I hope it's somebody that just comes and slaps you in the face, like Billy Baldwin, Vander Wilson. So
he's like, I'm Gossip Girl. Yeah. Hey, I've been following you guys for years. I could have been raising you, Serena, but instead of raising you, I decided to read articles about you.
Billy Baldwin I forgot that Billy Baldwin has already shown up at this point. So that's
yes. Billy Baldwin has shown up. He's shown up a few times, but he wasn't in this episode. Another time where I watched the show and I'm like, wait, did I skip an episode? Because there's so much.
I felt like. That's why I was so confused. I was like, what is this? I don't know what's happening.
Every time I think that. But back to the story. At the end, they don't find the mom, but Chuck's PI comes in and he has some tapes, some security audio tapes that capture him yelling at this woman that is believed to be Avery Thorpe, and Daddy Bass runs off and she runs into the building and dies in the building.
And then it burns down.
Yeah. Now, here's the only thing that can make sense to me. And like, why is she running in the building? Was Raina in the building and she went in there trying to save the baby?
Oh.
But then, so I don't know. But
I don't know.
It's an audio tape. We didn't listen to it, but it is there. So let's get back to the
main story.
The main story. Dan extends the olive branch to Vanessa. They're gonna get drinks tonight, and he's like, "Listen, we can try this. I was feeling a little way. We could try to get this together, and let's get drinks. Let's get drinks after the pink party or whatever." So Nate's mom pulls up on Lily and says the event is no longer happening at her place, but it's happening at Blaine Trump's. Is Blaine Trump a real person?
Yeah, it's a real. I looked her up. I think she's Trump's niece.
Trump's niece? Okay.
Yeah, her Trump's brother is her dad. It's crazy.
Gotcha.
There's so many more of them. I didn't even know.
There's so many more than you think about.
Yeah. So they're not fucking with Lily since she's 10 toes down right now. She's sitting down right now. So she locked up.
Which coming from Anne is really. Can y'all swear on this podcast?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, we can say. Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
Coming from Anne, that's really fucked because like Anne went through all that stuff with the captain and didn't have any money and she was broke and like made a huge deal out of it. And now that the tables are turned, she's like, well, actually, fuck you.
Yeah, and that whole crew sucks. All Lily's friends. I felt bad for Lily, but also she did say that Lily wasn't there for her. I guess we didn't see that on camera.
But that's rich people shit. Like rich people, that's rich people. Like that they don't, or do they make real friendships? I don't know.
That's crazy. What a miserable life. I wish I was rich. I wouldn't have no friends if I was rich.
No
new friends. Here's the deal. I think what she said, I kind of remember what she was like, Lily you turned your back on us when I decided to call off the divorce with my husband. So when she decided to stay with him, Lily was like, oh, that's crazy. But I also don't remember her doing that. But I guess it was something behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Maybe it just wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
Yeah, they probably had to justify this whole storyline because they made the mistake of putting Lily on house arrest and then realized they had to backwards engineer this entire storyline.
Yeah.
Which is why this episode was so stupid. But
God, you really hate this episode.
Because it's such bad writing, it's like I was just like craziness. I was like, but anyway. We'll talk about it at the end. We'll rate it at the end.
Yeah,
and we'll get into it. But I do agree with you, T-Mac. I think I was a little confused by like, it's just like, when did Lily and Nate's mom become homies like that? Like, I was like, why does she care what she thinks?
Yeah.
But I get maybe that she's like the lead. Maybe she stepped back into the new leader role and she's been get her rep up. But I didn't really understand what was going on, to be honest. I was like, was it her party?
I just assumed they just all roll, all those rich women just all roll in the same circles all the time. They all know each other. And
that's got to be what it is. That's got to be what it is.
It's just not my tax bracket, so I don't know how those people are, you know?
So they found out about King Louis being in town, Lucien. And they're like, we don't like Blair. She's bad for the family or whatever. And so Lucien, his handler, is like, you gotta come back to France with us because you bullshitting. So Blair found out that Dan told Lucien that he was there.
That's who actually hired him. It wasn't even a real.
It wasn't
editor.
A real reporter. It was Lucien.
Yeah.
So Blair goes, meet me at this place in an hour, and then Charlie's still following them. Charlie Buckets is still following them. And so
What a terrible cousin Serena is. Like, it's like, first day you're gonna stay with me. First thing you can do is just follow around my ex-boyfriend.
You're
gonna
follow around my ex-boyfriend in a city you've never been to before.
Exactly. She know everywhere he at. That shit is crazy. That city is so intimidating. There's no way she would have kept following him. Like, you jumping on trains and shit. Come on, man, get out of here.
Yeah, like she would have got lost at some point. Ended up in like uptown, and just like okay.
She would have got lost trying to put money on her Metro card. Wait, how you do that? This machine's not working.
Oh man, that shit's lit now. They got to buy your phone now. You don't even got to do that shit.
Yeah, I use my phone all the time.
You use your phone?
That's the one thing Carl say about New York. That the public transit system is incredibly efficient. I'll give them props for that.
I've been on a broken down train before. T-Mac, have you been on a train that broke down?
Of course I have.
Yeah. See, come on.
You know,
you know why I ain't never been on a train that broke down there?
In LA.
Los Angeles, California. Yay. Let me tell you this though. T-Mac, I got a story for you.
Okay.
Last time I was in New York, last November, I went to go have lunch with a friend in Brooklyn. I was staying at the Ace in Chelsea.
That's nice.
That's the only one I like to stay at because I'm just familiar with it from when we used to do this comedy festival in New York every year.
Okay.
Me and Lamar on a team together, and we used to do this comedy festival every year. So we would stay out there, and we would usually stay at this Ace Hotel.
Yeah.
I stayed there, but my friend was like, "I'm not coming into the city," and I was like, "Well, I thought New York was so convenient and you could go everywhere." Blah, blah, blah. But she was she was like, "I'm not coming over here. You got to come over here."
I do the same shit. Yeah.
So I was like,
"See, okay, that's something I hate about New York because that's not fair. If you're gonna have brag about your train and shit, y'all gotta meet me from.
It depends on who it is. It depends on who it is. But yeah.
But it could ruin a lot of friendships because it might be like I might be willing to travel to Upper East Side for you, but you might not be willing to do that for me.
Right.
And that means we're not good friends.
Let me ask you this: where in Brooklyn did your friend live or want to meet you?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
I don't remember where it was, but I do. I don't know. I can't. I wouldn't be able to tell you. But it was deep up in there.
Right. That's why I was deep asking, because if it's deep Brooklyn, that's you kind of gotta.
Yeah, it was deep. It was a $54 Uber from the hotel.
Oof.
But I got to pay for comfort, and I'm glad I did. So we go to this Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
And we eat pizza, and then we take a walk.
Was it good?
I walk her. It was pretty good. It was good. And I walk her back to her place, and I'm at her place, but the guts start to rumble. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I got to get back to the Ace Hotel and completely obliterate their pipes. And so, and I'm like, she was like, well, you can get on the train. It should take. I looked at my phone, looked at Google Maps, and see how long the train would take. It was going to take 1 hour and 10.
Oh, she lived out.
Yeah, the train was going to take 1 hour and 10. The Uber was going to cost me because it started. That was like rush hour because I went for lunch.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like 4:00, and the Uber was going to be like $70 at that point. Yeah, it went up. And I was like, I gotta do it. I was like, I have to get back to my hotel right now. And man, I barely made it. The elevator was taking. I was like, the elevator was taking so long, but I made it.
That sounds like a nightmare.
It was a 44-minute Uber in traffic.
Yeah,
but the train would have taken an hour and 10. And I was like, my man, you got to drive like you in New York. Step on it.
Yeah.
I leaned over.
We need an ambulance. We need an ambulance to follow.
Yeah, follow that ambulance.
See, this is why you got to know. Like, you have a network of like where the nearest bathroom. Like, I know where all the nearest bathrooms are too.
Oh, but they should make an app like that.
There is an app. There's a girl who does, or like or TikTok. It's an app or a TikTok account. But yeah,
like it's like it'd be like the Gossip Girl app, but with good toilets.
But where to go? Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the girl who goes, "Come take a shit with me at the Cartier store"?
Maybe it might be the same girl that I've seen. That girl.
She pops up on my TikTok quite a bit.
That's so fascinating.
Yeah, she's in my algorithm.
Why is she in your algorithm?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why are you getting New York TikToks? Because I never get LA TikToks.
Like, I don't understand that.
No, this is an LA girl. I think she just is like,
okay.
She doesn't tell you where to take a shit at, but she goes,
she's just rating
come
where
take a
she
shit
goes.
with me at this place. She goes, so I came to the Gucci store in Beverly Hills today to buy this, but I also had to take a shit. Come take a shit with me in the bathroom, and she just rates the bathrooms.
Got it. Okay.
Listen, it's my kink.
So it's not. I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum. You know.
No. But
okay,
here we are. Where are we at? Okay, we gotta go. You guys are talking way too much.
Sorry.
So we at the party. So Blair and Chuck come up with a plan. I mean, Blair and Dan come up with a plan that she's gonna be like. I honestly missed the plan. Can you tell me?
They're gonna fake date.
Fake date.
Yeah.
And when has that ever gone wrong?
Backfire.
It's perfect. And then your boy Lucille, he gonna see it, and then he gonna be like, "Oh, everything is all good. Don't worry, King and Queen, y'all good. Prince Louis is good."
Oh wait. Oh, Lucille.
Did you see Lucille? The way Lucille was in the party. First of all, if I was living there, I'd be like, "Who the hell are you? And what are you doing here?" Also, I'm sorry. I know we're jumping now, but I just want to say the funniest line of this whole fucking episode. I'm gonna give it a score points for this. But there's a part where Blair runs up to Eric. Someone runs up to Eric and goes, "Did you see Lucille? I think my plan worked." He's like, "I don't know who that is." And he goes like, "Where's my mom?" Goes, "I don't know who that is. Yeah, where's Lily?"
Because she had left the house. She was on house arrest. She
about to get locked up.
So they agree to fake date. So it'll throw Lucille off the set, and Lucille is like, this does work. Yeah. And so this shit is stupid. They're at the party. Blair and Dan kiss, and Charlie is taping what they do. So Charlie puts it on Gossip Girl. So now everybody's seeing them kiss. Right. And Serena's mad, and she tells King Louis that Blair's been lying. She's been lying to you for months. She don't like you. Mm-hmm. Like, she likes Dan. She likes my man.
That's crazy. I hate Serena for that.
Yeah.
And you see Louis is like, I just came all the way here from France. I can't do this. Yeah. Because oh man, I don't like the way this is headed. Serena put the seed of mistrust in him.
She loves
he's giving up a lot.
He's
giving up a lot to date. Is he the Prince of France? What does he do?
His family is the royal family of, I think they say Monaco or Monte Carlo.
Oh, okay.
Monaco or Monte Carlo, like that.
They're in like kind of a what you call it situation, Meghan Markle situation.
Yeah, kind of actually.
Yeah,
so the family don't like Blair because Blair got a little bit of a tan now. She looking a little.
They got that cocoa shine.
Yeah, she got that cocoa sheen on her. Blair got that cocoa sheen. She that cocoa butter kisses. You know what I'm saying?
What if King Louis said, "I saw that shea butter in your bathroom"? I don't know if the royal family would approve.
Let me ask you this, T-Mac. I had a question for you. Let me think of it. Hold on.
Here's my question for you, T-Mac. Do you this is pretty obvious at this point in the season, but just since you are a Gossip Girl fan, are you your Team Blair or Team Serena?
I'm Team Blair.
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder, all right, if you're Team Serena out there, let us know and why, because I feel like I don't think I've met one Team Serena person. Is that even an option? I almost feel like I should stop asking people this.
It just doesn't feel right.
Who's a Team Serena person? Yeah.
She has so much already, you know?
I'm offering y'all this now to our listeners. Ladies, you Team Serena, I want to take you out to dinner. I want to take you on a date. And I want to get to know you and get to know your personality on that first date. And just so you know now, I'm not going to follow up.
You're like pre-ghosting.
I'm pre-ghosting.
You're like, just be prepared.
And we're going to have a great night because I'm a great fucking time.
Where are you going to go for dinner?
There's a couple spots here in LA that are really nice. I might take them to like Pizzeria Mozza.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Pizza Mozza. Yeah, take them where it's high ceilings. Where the ceilings are high, so you can hear them talk well.
Yeah. Osteria La Buca. I might take an Osteria La Buca or something like that. We go to a good restaurant and I'm not gonna. Then we'll leave there and we'll go to a cool bar where they're playing some dope music and good vibes. Maybe like Lowboy or something like that.
You know what's going to happen? You're going to fall in love, and then you're going to be just like Dan Humphrey in the situation. You're going to be like, I can't believe I fell for someone as Team Serena.
Team Serena.
This is the
I
truth.
would never.
Never mind. The date's off, ladies. The date's off.
Oh, no. I was really into this. This could be like a really good meet cute.
Nah. It's a meet ugly. It's a meet ugly.
We'll document it, and you can do an article about it,
I will fly out to LA and like follow you around.
Put it on Gossip Girl? Like Charlie?
Yeah, exactly.
Like Charlie Buckets?
Yeah, Charlie Buckets. Charlie Buckets wasted her whole day. I just feel like she could have, like she just got in town. Like she could have, saw the Met. She could have went to the,
There's so much that she could have done.
Had a good bagel, got to see the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
There's so much she could have done.
Empire State Building, but instead she's in Dumbo, Brooklyn, following Dumbo Dan.
Yeah. She could have got a hot dog. Today. She could have got a hot dog. She could have went to the NBA store that's right there across the street from Madison Square Garden.
Man,
I like that
those
place.
hot dogs at that place were good as hell. At that place we were at yesterday.
We went to Waltz. We went to Waltz beer place. Beer and ping pong, and they got hot dogs, and they are good. They only got ketchup and mustard. Those are two fine toppings, but I wouldn't mind something else on the hot dog. You like hot dogs?
I do, yeah.
What's your toppings?
I just do ketchup and mustard.
That's cool.
I like I don't want too much. I'm not fussy. I don't want too much on a hot dog,
Do you like
I feel that.
Do you like the New York onions?
I don't get onions very much.
Yeah. Do you like those places, the halal carts where there's like the meat?
Yeah, I do love the halal cart.
Yeah.
The one that you got to go to is Halal Guys.
Oh, we got that out. We got that out here.
Yeah. They have Halal Guys out there now?
Yeah, we got Halal
Okay, well maybe I'll move to LA. Like maybe
because of that place?
Maybe because you got a Halal Guys now.
What does your husband think? Does your husband like that living there?
He likes New York, yeah.
And what does he do?
He works in tech.
If you don't mind. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man. So, yeah, you guys can move to LA. You guys can make a good living.
We could.
There's plenty of tech out here.
You know what's scary? I'll tell you what scares me about LA is I don't like the idea of earthquakes.
Oh, yeah, that scared me too. But
they're scary.
I'm telling you, if I could tell myself, the younger version of me, that you have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
I would tell them.
But that's because the big one hasn't happened yet.
Well, don't say that. I don't want to think about that.
I'm sorry.
But everything that's happening is I feel like now being here, I'm like, we used to live through hurricanes in Georgia. I'm like, a hurricane is way scarier than an earthquake.
But a hurricane, this is the argument I made, and now I've completely derailed this podcast. Now this podcast is about New York versus LA and then living in Florida.
I know. I have no idea. I like both cities, by the way.
The thing about hurricanes is you get like 3 days notice, 5. You get a ton of notice. Earthquake, you get maybe, I don't know, 30 seconds. They're like, oh, this is going to happen. You should probably be prepared.
You don't get no notice.
Yeah.
But the flip to that is because you don't get notice, you're less scared when it's happening because you're just like dealing with it.
You're like, oh, this is what it is.
It's like in the moment. Okay. Yeah, but when the hurricane's coming, it's like it's happening for a long time. And you're just like, you don't know what's going to happen.
We get little tremors all the time. We get little you just be sitting watching TV and next thing you know, you just be like, you just start bobbing.
Yeah, and you just start rocking.
Yeah.
Like I was in my car on the highway once and I was like, yo, what's good?
In the car?
Yeah. It was wild. But there was a scary one. Remember that one? It was years ago?
Over the pandemic. So
the
pandemic added that extra layer to it. So this one hit at like 3:00 in the morning, and I had been drinking in my house all night playing video games.
Yeah.
And so I had just gotten to bed. The TV was loud, so I hadn't reached complete REM, and my body was processing the alcohol. So I was not asleep. but I was asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it sounded like a train had gone through my window. Gone by my window. It was just like that, and you felt it. And then I woke up and I saw the strings from my lamp, from my ceiling fan, just like, clink, clink, clink. And then I looked, the TV was shaking a little bit, and nothing fell or anything like that, because you kind of got to have stuff where it won't fall. But that was scary, because that woke me up and I was only half asleep, and that one was pretty loud. But it was 2 seconds.
And the other thing, I'll tell you the other thing too, and then I swear to God, we get back on
this is perfect. This is everything.
The wildfires, because after we had that wildfire smoke a couple weeks ago from Canada, that's so scary.
We do go through that.
That was scary. Well, it's also scary that it's happening over there.
No, it's not great. It doesn't feel good.
Because I'm like, it hasn't happened here this year, which is like maybe we good.
No, we're not good. It's coming soon. It happens every year.
Damn it, Carl. DJ, damn it, Carl. But yeah, you know what was scary about that? That really felt like the end of the world to me, because
it did.
When it was happening, we could not go. Like, I could not be outside. It was like you literally could not breathe outside. It was like it felt like I was in a sci-fi movie where I got to stay inside.
They tell you to stay inside.
But
now we're so used to mass culture.
Well, right. So I didn't know, and so I went out the first night. And I went into where I live, seemed fine. And then I got into Manhattan. The whole city smelled like a campfire. The next day was the day it was really, really bad. That you couldn't see anything. And I had left my house because I had a doctor's appointment, ironically. And I'm like, it already feels surreal, like the end of the world. And then I walked down on the subway platform, and they had one of the really old-fashioned trains sitting on the platform. And I still don't know why, but it really made me feel like I was losing my mind. I was like, like something has happened. Something is wrong here.
Something is wrong. This shouldn't be happening.
This is
we are in a bad situation.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's all that's. But I think LA is great. I like LA. I like coming out there. I haven't been out there since before the pandemic, but I really like it out there. So.
Oh, you got to come now. So much stuff is even better now.
Is it?
I don't know.
Does the city of LA
it's so much worse.
Pay you to promote LA? Like, are you like they should?
It's on me. I love it.
They should be cutting you checks.
Okay, let's finish this episode.
Yeah,
so I gotta tell you how much I hate this episode.
Yeah.
All right, so we gotta talk about this. This the part that goes crazy. So we saw the party. Everybody saw what happened at the party. Serena's mad. Serena thinks that is like, so they go up there. They go, Serena, I'm sorry. They both up there. It's like, this is fake. It's a ruse. The kiss meant nothing to me. We just were trying to hang out and be friends. And they were like, so you're sneaking around my back because you want to be friends? It's like, yeah, because everybody would have judged us if we had but it's literally like us going to the movies, us kicking it. Like, we just are friends. And I didn't want people to judge me for being friends. This definitely hurts Dan. I hate when Blair does this, because it does hurt Dan.
Yeah. Because he clearly has feelings for her.
He has feelings for her.
Was this before? No, Charlie hasn't gone to his house.
Charlie hasn't got to the loft yet. Okay. So that
he
happens.
Just got to swallow it and take it.
And he leaves. He walks out, and then Serena is still mad. She's like, I have to go. It's like, Serena, what are you mad about? And then Blair calls her out. I was like, everything always got to be about your ass. Like, it's always got to be about you. And you can't even, like, you can't be happy for me. You can't do, like, she called her out so good. And it was, and Serena is still like, it was the truth. It was the absolute truth. And in this moment, I was like, I'm full team Blair at this moment, because Serena's ridiculous for this.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So, like, this shit was crazy to me. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is the point of this? Why are you mad? They just want to be friends. There's no reason to be mad. Yeah. And Serena's like, you just want my man. You want everything that I have.
She's mad because, like, she doesn't like other people playing with her toys. It's the same thing about Nate. Like, she can't make a decision half the time about people that she wants to date, but she wants them all to stay options for her.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Yep.
Bullshit. I do not like Serena. That shit made me mad as hell.
So but it's so weird, because it's like, and then it's torturing, because I'm like, Blair is saying, like, I have a real connection with this person.
Yeah.
So it's making me wonder. It's just like, why? I also am a little, like, getting frustrated with Blair too, because I'm like, what do you not see in Dan? Or, like, why are you dissing him like this? Maybe it's kind of like, maybe she can't get out of her own way.
Serena did say something though. She did say something that was calling out Blair, being like, you don't even like, you like Dan. Like, I think Serena maybe even knows that, Blair, you do like Dan. She was like, I finally saw the appeal of a Humphrey. She's like, yeah, but then you had to go get your prince. Like you had to go. Yeah. So she kind of was like defending Dan in the same way, being like, you can't be with a person like Dan because you don't have a heart, just like I don't have a heart.
Yeah.
And right. That's facts. That's a good point.
Because she's a snob.
Yeah.
Because Blair's a snob.
I think that's Blair's issue, right? Like Blair her block is that because they seem like they should be together. Do you like this couple?
I
do. Blair and Dan.
I like Dare. I like Dan and Blair.
We were calling him Blair. What we call? Yeah, Dare.
Bland.
And then let's real quick. Since you're a Gossip Girl fan, all right. So the other couple I just want to talk about Dan real quick and the women he's been with. Yeah. So we have Miss Carr.
God.
How'd you feel about Miss Carr?
That was a storyline. I rewatched that one within the last year or so. That you're like, oh, that sucks. You can't do that anymore. You can't you can't do that. That was crazy that he was like sleeping with his teacher. I mean, I guess she wasn't his teacher, but she was like a teacher.
They ran her out of the city. That was too much. Yeah. Okay, then Dan and
I love Miss Carr. That was my favorite Dan. That was my favorite Dan. Carr? Hell yeah! I wanted them to get married.
What do you like Miss Carr? Or was it like?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I think what I like about Miss Carr, she was from the South. I think she was from Alabama, right? Or like
she was from Indiana or something.
She had done like Teach for America.
Yeah.
She was from the South.
She was from like 20, the Midwest or something.
Yeah, she's from Indiana. She was from and she was like 21. She was fine. She was. And that's. I mean, if I was a senior in high school, I had a teacher that looked like Miss Carr, and she was letting me smash. Oh, come on, man.
Sure.
I would have been going ham.
Dan Day and then Vanessa. Did you like them together?
No.
When they were together?
No.
I know Vanessa's like trash now, but there was a point where it was cool to see them date, I think, at some point.
It was, It was, I mean, they had to do it, right? It was like, that was the whole...
Yeah. But it ruined their friendship.
It did ruin their friendship.
They should have never did that.
The Hillary Duff.
Oh, yeah. That's the other way. Yeah. I thought that was a good relationship.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's like the better version of what Dan and Blair... Like, I think it's hurting me to watch Dan... Maybe I feel triggered by it, but I feel like to watch Dan chase after somebody who will never give him,
right?
Who doesn't see him as an equal, who doesn't respect him, is bothering me. Even though I do love Blair, Blair's my favorite character, but it's just.
But like in this episode, like Blair says, like she makes references. I don't even remember what they are because they're so like highbrow art things. But she says like, "Oh, Dan and I can talk about these things that neither of us can talk about with you," and like. That's cool. True. Like that, like Dan and Blair, I think, have the most kind of in common on like an intellectual level. I always really like even in season 1 when they hate, I love their scenes together. Like I like them. I like when they get to be in scenes together like that. Yeah.
It's always fun. They be having some good quips. Like Blair be roasting the shit out of him. Then it's always pretty fun.
Yeah.
So we like that. Okay. So at the Hump Loft. Charlie shows up to the Hump Loft. Charlie shows up to the Hump Loft, and she's like, "I'm sorry
Charlie
for filming
Wilson.
You." Charlie Wilson. Hey, girl.
In the morning.
How you doing? Hey, my name is Charlie. Last name Buckets. And so basically, she shows up to apologize. Rats out Vanessa. Was like Vanessa, like she was the one that told Serena about the whole shit.
Charlie. Well, what y'all think of Charlie too? We haven't talked about Charlie because. I think Charlie knew what she was doing when she did that. Like, she was like, some girl named Vanessa, I think Charlie was being manipulative a little bit. I think she knew she was kind of like trying to get in the mix. Yeah. There's something about Charlie that I'm watching. She got a little Serena in her. You know what I'm saying? She's got something. She got something. We can't say what it is, but
she got that Rhodes. She got that Rhodes in her.
She's a Rhodes.
She's a Rhodes. They all stem from CC. They all coming out of CC.
She's a Rhodes that grew from concrete.
Yeah. Oh. So she pulls up and she rats out Vanessa, which I'm fine with, honestly.
I'm fine with that.
And he admits that he likes Blair. He's like, yeah, man, I like her. I can't even hate. And then she was like, well, I should go. And Dan's like, nah. You want to stay? And then she's like, check. Okay. And then she said Blair goes public with King Louis, whatever. Vanessa shows up and she's like, hey. I thought we could just kick you here since you wasn't able to. And he was like, no, actually, I was going to stand you up, which was crazy.
We are never friends.
We're not friends. That was it. That was the game.
Yeah, he put the hammer down. That shit was crazy. Dan is grown. He's grown, man. He's a new man.
Charlie Buckets walks out. Charlie Buckets walks out. And
with the two fake beers.
With the fake beers, it's clearly water. And they do a little cheers. And this might be a thing. So here's what I think right now. As a person who's never seen this, y'all seen it, and I know y'all got a secret about Charlie, and I'm mad about it. And I hope that she is not Gossip Girl. But if basically, I like Charlie for Dan, but I would rather see him with Blair more because I feel like Charlie is a Rhodes, and that's gonna like Serena's gonna put the clamp on that, and I think Charlie don't get it. And Charlie's mom was trying to tell her, like, you cannot trust these people. And if Charlie is moving in with Dan, I can't wait for the next episode to see if they smashed. I hope they did, because I think Dan deserves a little action tonight after he got dissed by everybody.
Yeah, he's been dried up for a while now.
Yeah. He ain't getting nothing. Dan ain't getting no action.
Out.
Yeah,
gotta get his beak wet.
Exactly.
Yeah, because it was an empty night. Nobody was in the house, just Charlie. Like. They was. I don't know. I'm not spoiled. I think they probably. I bet they did. We'll see.
I hope so. I hope there was a little bit of clapping going on.
Because you can't keep
a round of applause in there. A round of applause. But yeah, we already talked about the tape, the Avery Thorpe tape. So that's the end of the episode. Interesting episode. Interesting. I don't know if I hated it as much as Lamar did, but Lamar, go ahead and give your rating.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this a 0.1.
Whoa.
I think for one, I judge the episode based on how it makes me feel when I have to rewatch it, because I usually have to rewatch it before I do this.
Yeah.
And if it's ruining my day, then I know
it's not good. Okay.
But I just didn't like the way they skipped over all the Lily shit. I forgot what was gonna happen. From the Lily, the prosecute, the way what was going to happen with her accountability, because I was like, okay, so everything in this episode felt manufactured. Okay, we're gonna put her on house arrest. We're gonna so and so blackmail. They're gonna blackmail some random person that we don't know about an event that happened with Serena that we never saw. It just everything in this episode was just happening. All the things I would care about happened off camera.
Yeah.
So I just had no reason to care about anything except for Raina and Chuck scene, or them going to the mom. That was the only scene that felt authentic to me, or that felt like it was supposed to be here.
Right.
So, and then and also I'll give it one more X because of that line that Eric said. He was like, I don't know who that is, but the reason why that line is funny is because they're almost calling out the episode, because that entire plan that Dan and Blair had with this guy who's some random guy who watches King Louis's life.
Yeah.
It just was I was just this is so dumb. Okay. Anyway, I'll give it 100 point.
Wow.
I'll give it 1x.0001.
Let me ask you this: what's the lowest you've ever rated anything?
This one.
This is the lowest he's ever rated. And
there's
been way worse episodes. There's been worse episodes.
There's been way worse episodes.
No.
Really?
You guys
here's how the rating system works, Tyler. So we give it, it's out of 5 XOXOs, and we do an XOXO chant. So for this one, it's really just, for Lamar's, it just goes, so he's get 0.1001 XOs. So basically that's just,
That's what it made me feel. I watched the episode and I go, at the end of it.
Oh man.
I mean, look, I know there's worse episodes, but this to me was an episode. This is how you know an episode, for me, how I judge an episode. If I don't care about anything that's happening,
that's true,
then I don't like it. Even if there's cool things in the episode happening, but I just didn't emotionally. You gotta get my emotions, because I'm an emotional guy. You know? Okay.
Yeah.
What do you give it, Tyler?
It's out of 5.
Out of 5.
I'd give it a 2.5 or a 3.
2.5 or a 3. So
it's middle of the road for me.
So 2.75. Yeah, sure. If it's 2.5, so how about 2.75?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's to your point. It's very much an episode where they're trying to get somewhere. They've been doing one thing and they need to get to the next thing. And so there is a lot kind of going on that feels okay, we got to get through this. But I like the Dan and Blair stuff a lot, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I like to hear. I like the argument between Serena and Blair. That was cool.
Yeah,
I like that. I like them calling each other out.
I like when they go at it like that. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Okay, so 2.75. So that's XOXO. XOX.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Now I'm gonna give it a.
I'm
trying
to think. I'm trying to do the math.
I think that was right.
That sounds. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give it a 2.13.
Oh.
Because I didn't like it either, but I didn't hate it as much as Lamar did. I did like Blair calling out Serena, and I did like Charlie perhaps letting Dan smack the yaps. So that's what I'm.
Charlie
that's what
and Dan
I'm
seems like a bad decision for Dan.
It's gonna be a terrible decision, but you know
he's literally gonna be caught between Blair and Serena. Like
and Charlie,
I mean, he's putting himself in the worst situation possible.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dan needs to just go out. He needs to go on a dating app or something. I don't know.
Got to.
So how do you do 2.13 with your chant?
So we're gonna go XOXO. XOXO.
I gotta get back to my hotel before I take a shit on this train.
All right, Lamar, you got any news?
Because I'm hot in here. Okay, so how this works, T-Mac, we gonna do the news, and you gonna tell me who in our cast would do something like this, or something to that effect. Okay, so
is it the submarine?
No. It is on there, but I put it as a question mark because I was like, that feels too on the nose.
Should we wait and see what happens with the submarine first?
Yeah. What if something bad happens? Okay, then the Lego Fest is coming to Pasadena. So my question is, if you wanted to go to Lego Fest with one of our cast members, who would you go with? Who would be the most fun to do that with?
Wait, okay, can you tell me what is Lego Fest? I
think it's like a convention for Legos, like for people who like Legos and know how to build, like really, like you can like people build like whole cars out of Legos and stuff.
Who would I take to that?
I would take Charlie.
You would?
Charlie does seem like the funnest out of all those people. Charlie seems like the one who would be the funnest to hang out with. I feel like he just seems like a cool person.
My knee-jerk reaction is Eric, but I can't explain why.
Because he's the best character on the show.
Like he'd be into Legos.
I feel like he would show up on time, and I don't think he would flake on you.
He wouldn't flake on you. He'd show up on time. He'd be fun to hang around. He's very chill. He probably would be interested in the Lego situation. That sounds great.
Yeah, because he wants someone that's into it, at least into it more than I am.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny are getting official out here.
Are they?
But I don't. Basically they got caught on a sushi date. Oh. So I don't know what my question is. I think I'm not sure about this couple as a person, as Lamar. I don't know if this couple's gonna make it. Bad Bunny and so my question is, who should they be with? Who should Bad Bunny be with, and who should Kendall be with on our show? Because I think they're not gonna make it. I don't think Kendall and Bad Bunny are good for each other.
So I think this is a good question. Do I think they should be together? I don't know, but do I think it would be fun to watch them date? I think Bad Bunny should be with Serena, right?
Oh yeah, that would be fun. I think Serena needs somebody who's more important than her.
Yeah, like a celebrity. It's always weird to me that she never really. I mean, I guess she dates a celebrity, right? Kind of.
Did he? Yeah, who did she date?
It's that guy. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
And Kendall, honestly. I have to think about this.
I think I can see Kendall and Nate.
Yeah, I think she needs somebody, anybody going into that family, I think needs to be somebody that can be kind of walked over a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
I think Dan could get in there, but then he would ruin his life doing that.
Yeah, she would eat him alive, I think.
Yeah.
I just don't think that would work.
Okay, and that's it. That's it for the news. So keep staying tuned because the news is coming.
News is coming.
I'll keep y'all updated.
Find out about this damn submarine. What the hell is happening with this damn submarine? Yeah. I don't know why people would. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that shit? That dude bought that fucking submarine products at Home Depot. He built that shit himself. It's fucking crazy.
This is why I say I would be a great rich person, because if you gave me $250,000, I can tell you I would do a lot of other things before I would go on a submarine built out of spare minivan parts and a video game controller.
Exactly. I wouldn't even be
the Titanic.
As soon as I saw the bootleg PlayStation controller, I'd be like, I ain't getting in that.
No.
Why would I get in that?
And they have to bolt you, and they bolted them in.
Yeah. So they said even if they find it, or even if the shit, even if the shit floats to the top, they still locked up in there.
No.
Insane.
You couldn't pay me to do that.
Yeah.
Well, this wraps up another episode of XOXO Submarine Kings. Hey, Tyler, where can they find you if you want to be found, and let them know, plug, get your shit off. Get your shit off, Ty.
Thanks. I am at Eiffel Tyler, like the Eiffel Tower, but Eiffel Tyler. Pretty much all social media. Instagram, TikTok, Twitter still, unfortunately.
Gotta get off Twitter. Gotta get up off Twitter.
It's the worst place in the world to be.
Ain't no reason to be on there no more. The whole excuse of like, I need it in case I get a job. Nope. No, you don't. You're not gonna get a job off Twitter. It's over. It's over.
Where do I go to complain about things? Like, where do I go to talk shit about people? Oh, I guess that's true.
TikTok. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. This is a very refreshing conversation about this. Was so fun. We went so long, and this is beautiful. They're gonna love this one. They're gonna love this one. This one is for the city, for the city of New York, for the city of Los Angeles, for the city of Ocala, for the city. Just enough for Charlie.
Charlie Bucket.
Thank you so much, Gossip Royalty. Please keep listening, keep tuning in. We almost done with season 4. God damn, we got 2 more seasons of this shit.
I know. I can't wait for you to get to season 5 too. I'm excited for that.
It's coming up. It's gonna be in 3 weeks. Keep listening. We got shows coming up. This episode's not gonna come out before I leave. I should have promoted it last week. But I'm gonna be in Minneapolis and Chicago this weekend with the Doughboys. And other than that, come see us do improv every first Friday of the month at 8:30 p.m. at the UCB Theater in Los Angeles, California. See me and Lamar on our team, the big team, and I'm there all the time. Hit us up in the DMs. Let us know. Answer the questions from Lamar's polls from last week. And we didn't come up with no polls this week.
Yeah, nobody hit. Oh, wait, we haven't come out yet. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, nobody answered that question.
It hasn't come out yet.
We haven't dropped yet.
But this has been great.
Yeah, answer that question. And also, if you're a Serena fan, hit us up so Carl can take you on a date.
Yeah, I'll take you on a
date. But we will have to film it and watch. And me and T-Mac will be we'll be at a separate table watching you guys from afar.
But in a not creepy way. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will leave you with the check.
In a cool way. Yeah.
In a cool way. And I will leave you with the check. Yeah. You will be paying for the dinner. And I do get dessert if they have something that's not chocolate. Okay. Bye-bye.
That was a Headgum podcast.